How's it going, guys? In today's video, we're going to be doing something different again. In the last video, we opened up the Beacn mix crate. Now we're going to be doing a Beacn mic. So I'll show you guys real quick. This is how it looks. It comes packed up. Got a little beat up getting sent to us, but that's okay. This is actually just a case over the top, just like that. So we're going to put that to the side. Now I'm going to go ahead and open this. Alright, so we got it open. I'm going to show you real quick how it looks on the inside real quick. So far, just a bunch of wires. So let me take these out real quick. First is going to be the cable for it. It's going to be USB-C to USB-C on that one. But if you can't connect to USB-C to your computer, which I don't think I can, or I'll have to look, they give you an adapter real quick. I don't know. Let me. How does this work on the mic? There you go. Connect to USB-C. This right there. Another thing they didn't give you is a cord for the aux for the headphones. You can put this on the back of the microphone, and then you connect your gaming headset or whatever kind of headset you have right there into it as well. Now we'll take the top off real quick. I got nervous for a moment. I thought they messed up on my packaging. I ordered the black one, and it came like this. So I got nervous for a moment. But it's actually a piece of cover. Da-da-da. Doesn't come with a mic stand or nothing like that, so you will have to have either a mic arm or a mic stand for it. But this one is it right here. Oops, sorry, I'm not used to this. It's gonna be just like that. There you go. Focus up. Pretty nice. Kind of looks like the M7 Shear that everybody gets, but it's supposed to be high quality. I'm very excited to use it. You're gonna notice the difference as soon as I do the in-depth tutorial how it's gonna look on the setup and stuff like that. It's gonna be with the new mic and everything like that. Right now I'm using my old mic, so it might not sound the best, but soon in the next part you're gonna see us with the new one. I'm very excited. Let's get to it. All right, guys, welcome to the second part of the video. I am gonna show you the microphone application. This one is a little more complicated. If you have seen my mic, not my mic, my mix crate setup, that one was a little more simpler. It was a long video. I do apologize. Kind of got excited about it, but this one I'm gonna try to make it a little shorter to kind of show you everything real quick on the microphone application. Yet again, if you have one and not both, what you gotta do is download the Beacn app, and as soon as you plug it in, it'll pop up. So this is the microphone setup right here. This was for the mixer, but that's on a different video. If you guys want to watch that, catch it on my channel. So this is the way it sets up. When you plug in the microphone, cool thing about this is that it's already kind of set up for you as a basic setup on how you want to run things and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So you don't really have to mess with much, but if you want to start tweaking a little bit because your voice is deeper, your voice is lighter, you need to hear a bunch of different kind of things to it. It's pretty cool how you can set up. So first way it sets up, it says mic setup right here is the first page. You can see this white line. It's kind of just hearing background noise. And you can see this little talk right here is going to move because that's me talking. But if you look at these little lines all moving around, that's the actual microphone. You can kind of see it kind of matches where you're going to be. If you look to the right there, it says mic output. I am talking a little loud, which is kind of why it's going up there. But right here, you see how I stopped talking for a moment. Where it talks, it's kind of balancing where you mostly will talk. If you start hitting that yellow, like if I get a lot closer and I start hitting it a little bit, it goes to the peak of saying, hey, you're getting a little loud, watch what you're doing. But when you start setting everything up, you can talk like how I am, and you're barely gonna be tapping it, if not hitting it at all, which is pretty cool. Bottom right here though, for the mic setup, this is where you're gonna see how you start talking. Is speaking areas where it knows that you're gonna be talking. Like say if I just talk normal like this, I know I'm a little excited right now, but you see how I'm staying in the blue lines, which is pretty cool. If I get a little louder, it'll get up to the yellow. And I'm peeking up there. I'm not there mostly when I'm in the game. I'm not screaming or yelling like I am right now. I'm not even screaming, but I'm like talking loud. When I'm in a game, I'm in the zone, and I stay in the blue. One thing you start off here, if you look right here, I'll get it back there. It's normally saying I'm at a 10. And you see how everything moved down. That's where you're going to be at when you start off, but then you adjust it. If you talk, like you see how I'm talking, I'm hitting most of the yellow, so I want to go up a tiny bit. I went to 14. Now, if you look, it keeps my audio more in the blue, barely hitting the yellow. I could probably even go to 15 if I wanted to. And then you can see how I'm just missing the yellow unless I get really loud. Pretty cool. Easy way to do the gain on there. On the microphones has the gains on the microphone itself. This is through the program. Sorry. And then, which is pretty cool. But I'm going to go back to 14. That's how I had to set up, which works for me. So that's for the mic setup on the bottom right here. If you take off advanced EQ, that's how it's gonna look right there. Basic. That's how it's gonna look. Nothing added, nothing special, anything like that. If you do advanced right here, you get presets. You get low broadcast voice, high broadcast voice, or no EQ. I have it set up to no EQ. And you can have a guide right here. If you hit guide, it tells you what all these lines are gonna mean. So right here you got sub bass, bass muddiness. I think that's how you say it. Broadcast, nasal, low, mid, high, and S's. Right here it says highs and air, and that's what you hear going off. I do have my fan on and my AC, so that's why you hear it. Like if I stop talking, you can hear the little noises in the background. But I set it up to where you won't hear it, but it'll show it there. We'll go into depth on that part a little later. So that's how you can see that. You can take the guide off, whatever the case may be. Or I'll leave it on real quick. If you hit add band right here, this is where you get these little special features to it. The basic one you're going to start off with is just number 1, which is kind of just straight in the middle. If you start clicking these and messing with your hearing, where you can hear how it sounds, you can mess with how you want it to be, but you can tell once like if I do that one, it goes down here, and I bet it sounds a little different on the microphone as we're moving all this. And then you got these, it's going to move it to the back end. And then, you know, they just do different ones. I keep it to the first one, up to you. You kind of have to mess with it. You see which one sounds better to you. But I hit this minus, I don't add a band, and I don't do an EQ. So I kind of leave it the way it is. When you set up the microphone, it's already set up to a preset to where it should sound pretty well. Pretty good stuff. So you don't have to mess with it. But like I said, if you want to tweak a little bit to get a little better, you know, if you're hearing stuff in the background you don't want to hear, if you think your voice is too low, too high, you adjust everything. So that's what we're going to go over. And then here you can change the bass enhance. These you can change to whatever, you know. I'm sure I'm sounding different when I'm doing this a little bit, not much, but I leave it to 1. This setup I kind of just left the same. The only thing I did change is the mic gain. One cool feature here, sorry, is that on the bottom right here, you can record what you're doing and then play it back, so you can hear through your headset or your speakers, whatever you're using, how it's gonna sound the way you have it set up, which is pretty cool. So if I hit this record button real quick, and now that I'm talking, I can hear exactly how it's going to sound to me and stuff like that. I'm not sure if it's going to show up on the video, but let's see. You stop that, and then if you hit that little play button, it plays back what you sound like when you're messing with stuff. So if you change something, you can hear it, play back, and you can hear how it sounds when you change, which is pretty cool. Sorry. Right here, noise suppression. I'm pretty sure when you have it set up, it's going to be off. You want to turn it on. And what I recommend is snapshot. What it does is you can see that blue line right there is kind of showing what is the noise in the background. And what it does is kind of keep it there. So when you talk, like you see the white line is being shown talking, it's not capturing the stuff in the background. Kind of suppresses the noise. So what I use it for, obviously, like it says, my AC, my fans. I mean, I live in Arizona. Summertime right now. I got the main house AC going off. I got a little portable fan right here, plus the ceiling fan going off. There's a lot of noise in here trying to keep the room cool, and makes a lot of noise. So that's what it's cool about. Like I said, you could do adaptive, and I tell you the truth, I'm not sure exactly what it does. What I was looking doing research on this, people were recommending snapshot, so that's what I did. And you can change the amount of how much it suppresses. 80 is what it sets onto, which does pretty well. So I would just leave it there. You go to expander. This right here is capturing the noise that you're getting from your microphone. You're going to start off, I believe, it's either like 100 or 75 decibels. What I recommend is not talking while everything's going off. So if you do have a fan or whatever the case may be, like if I show you right now, when I stop talking, the line's going to drop right here. Watch. All that right there is noise in the background. And when you have this white line under it, it's going to capture all that noise that you're getting. So what I recommend is not talking, capturing that line, and going above it a little bit. So for me, my setup is 50 because of the fan. So if you don't hear it, it's because it's not capturing it. And what it does is when I'm talking, it pushes that noise out of the microphone. So when I stop talking, you won't hear that noise in the background, which is pretty cool setup. Like I said, have it on. I do simple on here. If you do advanced, it's a little more complicated, but see how everything changed. So if I go back to simple, it does what it needs to do for me and just clear out that noise in the background, which is pretty cool. Expand amount 25. I think it was set up that way. Just leave it the way it is. Now this is pretty cool. This is the compressor. I didn't know how this worked. I had to watch how to a video how it works, and I still don't know if I got the best setup for it. But this is I'm going to show you what I think it is. So right here you got it on again. If it's off, turn it on. You got simple and advanced. If you go to advanced real quick, it tells you right here the ratio is 4:1. What that means is this red line right here, attentionation, whatever it's called. Can't read, not the smartest. That is what it's talking about, 4:1. So when you talk, it's capturing stuff. So you can see I'm going like 7.3, 6.8, stuff like that. But when I talk normal, like how I do on the stream, I get 3.4. For the highest is what I get. But of course, I am doing a video, so I am going a little louder. What you want to do is go back to simple, whatever this number is. So like I said, I average 4. So you want to do 4:1. So 4 times 4 is 16. So what you do is you want to put this to 16. You can go like that, or you can just move this to 16. And then that's how it's going to help with this compressor to make it a little more crisp on how you talk and stuff like that. Like I said, this one I'm not the smartest in. So probably if you find, if you know more about the compressor, good for you. If not, you might want to look into a different kind of video. But what I do is I have it at 18 because I was averaging 3. Sorry, I was averaging 4, so I did do 16, but I felt like it was a little too high, so I went to 18, and it made a good, it sounded pretty right. So I'm gonna go back to 18 real quick. So that's how that works. Like I said, I'm not the smartest on that one, so I'd probably check another video out if you could to see how that works exactly. Headphones. What I do is this has a pretty smart and pretty advanced auxiliary port for headphones. So when you plug it in, it helps your headphones sound a lot better than say if you just put it on just your computer or any other kind of mixer that if you had before. Because the audio mixer that Beacn Mix Create doesn't come with a headphone port. That's what the microphone is for. So I definitely recommend putting it in there and makes the headphones sound a lot better. But when you're doing that, you can have this set up. So normally this mic monitor is turned up all the way, but now I can hear myself in the headphones, which, like I said, it's not bad if you're trying to set everything up. But if I'm doing other stuff, like if I start playing games, if I'm doing streaming and stuff like that, I don't want to have that on. So I turn that all the way down too, so I don't like to hear myself in them thing. Headphones, this is just how much of the volume you hear stuff. In your headphones, I just leave it at 0. This setup right here I think is pretty good. You can lock this and then change those together if you're adjusting them. Like, so if I do this, I can go down. If they were, say, let's say go back up to like 80 right there, if I lock these in and I change this, the other one goes with it. Pretty cool feature, but I have mine 100 to 0, so it doesn't matter. Equalizer, this is how it's set up here. I don't mess with this honestly much, just because headphones wise, I like the way my headphones sound. If you want to adjust it, if you got the bass, you can adjust the bass in your headphones, the mids and the treble when people are talking, stuff like that. Subwoofer, I don't have subwoofer in my headphones. They're not that advanced. I don't have that feature in these ones. These are just Astro headphones. But if you do, you can adjust the subwoofer on how it sounds for your microphone and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Amp power, these are different. The best way you could test these is if you turn your mic monitor up. I have line level, which is pretty simple for the microphone and the headphones. But if you have like the in-ear monitors, you can click that, and then you sound a lot lower to yourself in the headphones. You go line level. And pretty common one. Normal power, if you want the headphones to be a little louder, but you are hearing the noise in the background a little more. And if you go high impedance mode, those are for like supposed to be like the really studio advanced headphones. You could click on that, but to me, all my stuff got a lot louder, which I don't like. So I'm gonna go back to line level. That one you kind of just have to mess with to see what sounds better to you in your headphones, what kind of headphones you use and stuff like that. Mine is perfect with line level. And yeah, so that's basically the microphone setup. Like I said, you can mess with these. If you go back to mic setup and you go to add band, right? This stuff you can actually drag and drop as well. Like you can see, however you want to mess with it. I don't mess with it. But you can drag and mess with this to see how it sounds to your headphones. I leave it the way it is. But if you are a little more advanced, or if you want to mess with it. You can, like I said, if you just add it, you can just grab this or this, like, and you can start messing with it. Like over here, you can have more sub bass. I'm sure I'm sounding a little weird now, but stuff like that. Let me see. There we go. We got it back to what I have. So that's the setup. You got a couple cool features on here too. If you go to this little setting real quick, you can change the color of the ring. I don't know if you can kind of see it. I have mine to gradient, red, and yellow, and it kind of looks like a sunset kind of thing, but you can mess with it. Not gonna really go over it, but I mean, you got like solid colors if you want to do solid red. That you can have a reactive one, so when I'm talking, it kind of moves and stuff like that. You got sparkles where it'll randomly spark little colors out, this and that. I do gradient. I like the way it is. You could change the speed of how it rotates and stuff like that. When muted, it'll tell you right here. You can change all this other little stuff. This one I'm not going to get into. Kind of just mess with the colors and do what you want to do. But that's pretty much it for the microphone. I know it's a plain and simple one. You did the unboxing and the setup. If you guys want a future video into more depth, let me know in the comments below. But I think the setup video is kind of perfect the way it is. So I hope you guys enjoy. Like the video if you did. If you haven't seen the Mix Create video, go ahead and check that out on my channel. That one came out first before the microphone. Other than that, catch me on playing games on YouTube. If you're already watching this video, follow me on stream. I do stream on Kick. So it's kick.com/Miggy0406. I go on there twice a week and sometimes more. And then if you're not following me on TikTok, I post a lot of TikToks on there. I post at least once or twice on TikTok a week. And it's showing, like, right now I'm doing a bunch of Apex stuff. But I do little things here and there on there as well. So please follow me on there. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.